Okay, good evening, my friends. I am Mario Saucedo from the Solano AIDS Coalition, a non-profit organization that is based in Vallejo, California, that is fighting against the HIV virus. We have two guests today, and we're going to discuss and talk about the importance of safe sex. We are going to talk about the importance of the use of preservatives, other names condoms. Okay, everybody's get scared and they start running when they say condoms. Okay, well, I'm not. I am the condom man for the last 16 years in the Solano County, and I want to introduce you to my guest. Shay is a makeup artist, a very wonderful makeup artist. He moved recently from Las Vegas, California, happily married, and we're going to talk a little bit about why he's not using condoms. Okay, but it's another story. And then we have another guest. We have Miss Didi right here. She's worked in the health world for so many years. So very well educated woman. And also I'm going to talk to her about why she's not using condoms. Okay, so um, very important, guys. You know what? The HIV virus and other STDs are attacking our youth. You know, is the HIV virus is infiltrating in our youth. Is in a ways that they are amazing. I mean, right now I'm surprised. I'm an educator for the last 30 years. I started my work in Los Angeles, California, with AIDS Project Los Angeles, 1989, when the pandemic was taking people right and left. You know, people was dying. They come with all these different names about the HIV virus. It used to be the gay plague. It used to be so many different names. But in the end, it's an infectious disease. It's a disease of the blood. You know, it's a disease that is transmitted only two ways. It's only two ways, nothing else, two ways. And it's through blood and through intercourse. Um, and to me, it's very sad that in the date right now, our school districts and don't make mandatory HIV AIDS education or STDs education, you know what I mean? And knowing that is very, very important because um, being infected with the HIV virus, your whole life change, your whole lifestyle change, and know that it's a sentence. You know, even if it's retrovirus that they are suppressed virus, it's still the opportunistic disease that they are come along when you're infected with the HIV virus is really bad, really sad. And also the side effects of the medications that you're taking to suppress the virus, a lot of people cannot take it because, just face it, it's poison to your body. It's chemicals that go into your body to suppress a virus that from the beginning, if you be able to stop it from the beginning, if you have the correct education, if you know that it's very important to use condoms, you know that you can prevent 99% the risk of HIV infection. So I want to let Shay to talk a little bit about him, what he's doing, and what is his profession. And that way you guys know the high risk that he can be facing. And if he not use condoms, then it will be bad for him. So, Shay, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you
Good.
so much for being part of our we can say it's a table talk, you know.
Table talk.
It's one of our table talks
Let's talk
to
about
educate
sex.
the community. Exactly. Well, sex is one of the most amazing, beautiful,
Enjoyable,
and
beautiful
enjoyable,
things.
and releasing. You release energy with sex, you know,
Exactly.
and your body feel good, your mind feel good.
But why do I
So
want to release my energy into a condom?
you are not releasing your energy to a condom. Okay, say it again.
Why, if I'm married, do I want to release my energy in a condom?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you a couple of things why. Because first of all, it's very important because marriage, mean nothing. Okay, marriage, mean anything because I'm going to tell you one thing. How many, how many people, they are really 100% uh, um, loyal, how many people are really, I mean, you never know. You can say whatever you want to, but in a relationship, you can never be 100% know that your partner is not going to go
And do
and play
something.
around in your back and do something. And if you are not protecting yourself, then you are in a risk. Okay, because I mean, I understand, when you get married, you know that your partner is going to be just with you, you are made a commitment, but let's face it, a lot of the times it's not valid, and you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself over these diseases, not only HIV, other STDs that they are around.
True.
So, and now, I mean, so you happily married, but I just hear from you that you was kind of separating or
It's a separation.
separation. Okay, so you are, is that only a temporary separation?
I don't know right now, but
Okay.
I know that I'm not being sexually active right now. But like you said, I don't know if my partner is.
Exactly.
So if we were to meet back up, I think I would have to invest in a condom. I'm just saying. So
Yeah,
maybe.
but you know what? Also, nevertheless, you know what I mean. Still, because I mean, if you separating, so yeah, and even if you are so loyal to your relationship, so if you engage or you find somebody that you are attractive, you have to remember this is very important. Not only for the sake of you, but also for the sake
Other
of you,
person.
other person. Because if he come back and you play around, and if he's not playing around, then what? You know what I mean?
I hear you, Mario.
Okay, well, Didi, so you are an educator, so can you?
I know better,
Uh-huh.
but I think as you were just saying, you marry someone, there's a commitment and there's a trust factor. I think I was overly trusting in my marriage. Unfortunately, I'm separated, been separated for 3 years, and I too have not been sexually active. But to be real truthful, I wouldn't know what to do with a condom. I've never
Well,
used one. I'm sorry.
okay.
God bless me. I've been
Nobody's.
fortunate. I've never had an STD. I've,
But you
you
know
know,
what? That's very important that
I
you say that.
know.
It's very important you tell me that because a lot of people don't know what to do with a condom or what is the because also to uh, use a condom is not just open a condom and just put it in. No, no, no. You have to have a lot of precautions. Like an example, condoms expire, so you always have to check the expiration date in your condoms. You know,
Right.
you always have to check the expiration date in the condom. Second, you cannot use. I mean, you cannot use any type of lubrication in a condom. Like you have
You
to
can't use
use.
Vaseline
Yeah,
or oil-based anything.
So there
exactly.
you go. And I haven't taken the time to investigate. I work in oncology. I deal with breast, prostate, lung, all the cancers. Another deadly disease.
Yeah.
And so to sit here and say that I've never used a condom or I don't
You're
even know how to use it, it's a little bit
No, it's
embarrassing.
not. No, it's not. But
But it's my truth.
yeah, but you know what? A lot of people are. I mean, they are happily married. They are never have to use a condom. It's some couples that I meet that they are married for 30, 35 years. So it's very normal that you don't know how to use a condom
Yeah.
because you are not being exposed to the world. You know what I mean? But
I don't think I am. I can't be 100% guaranteed just based on what your conversation was.
But
with
if you were
Jay.
using one of these,
Then I
you
could
could
be
be 100% sure.
well 99.
99%.
yeah, exactly,
But yeah. So
exactly.
it's this conversation, this table talk is eye opening. I mean, I'm 63 years old. Isn't that sad? I don't know what a condom is
No, it's not.
Well,
No, no, it's not. You know what? You know what? It's not. I doing education for the last 16 years, and it is not because it is. You be surprised. I mean,
you never seen one.
in the older time in the older
I don't
days.
want to touch
You
that.
don't have to touch
It's
it.
just
But you said you never seen one.
I
There's a
have.
way to put it on. You gotta hold the tip, reservoir tip, and roll it down gently.
Well, first I gotta find a man.
you will. You will. No,
It's
you will.
raining,
okay.
Mindy.
Yeah, okay. But
It's
on
a-
a serious note, I'm really glad that we're having this conversation
But it's
because
very important. You know what? You don't understand the risk of people are aged, like 60, 63, 70. I mean, when you think about senior citizens, you think they don't have sex. They do have sex.
Oh,
They do have
It's
sex.
just a different kind.
And then, but I was surprised because you talk to them, a lot of them, they don't know. They don't know about a condom. They don't know how to use a condom because what? Because when they was playing or when they was exposed to,
Use protection, it
they,
wasn't around.
it was not around. 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, and during the 80s is when the first outbreak of the HIV virus was in San Francisco, knowing that the HIV virus is already been here a while ago, but the outbreaking was during the 1980s, so they don't know, they don't need it. I mean, it was free love.
Okay, I have a question.
so
Mario.
yeah, okay, and then I'll
Now,
ask a question after
with
that.
our new generation and our new community, you know how there's a lot of men that are saying they're HIV positive, but they're undetectable. If you're undetectable, would you need to wear a condom?
Well, you know what? That's really good question. I'm going to tell you one thing. Uh, it's been proved scientifically, you know what? They've been doing all these different studies for HIV, the transmission of the HIV, and they find out that when the individual is taking the regimen, the retrovirals, in order, and they've been HIV, they've been indetectable, and the viral load is indetectable, very low. So it's very rare. You are basically don't have no risk to get infected with the HIV virus. But me as an educator, I'm going to tell you one thing. I will recommend you that no matter what, even if your partner is even if your partner is indetectable, I still going to be pushing condoms.
And is that
to do-
because there is different strains of the virus too? Because people don't know that either. Because I've heard that there's different strains of the virus. So if you have sex with somebody that's undetectable and you have a different strain of the virus, then you're going to make them have a different strain, and they have to go through that whole process again. Is that true?
Well, that's different strains of the HIV virus. So that what I think don't call, I know what I misquote what I'm saying right now, because that question is just fresh, new to me. But I'm going to investigate it. But for what I know, if you are detectable, and then your partner is detectable, you both detectable, and then you mix the strains, it's different strains. So, I mean, it is some cases. I mean, it was a case in New York, a new case of wild AIDS, wild AIDS, and I believe it was in New York. And that's a strain that is not retroviral.
Right. There's nothing for it. It's like a
nothing for
super
it.
bug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I believe that's maybe because the mixing of different strains of the HIV
Exactly,
virus.
and
So
it's becoming more
that's
hectic.
that. But let me call you. That's my belief. I will going to go and I'm going to find
That's
out.
how I felt
and
too.
then I can talk in the next session that when we talk again.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna bring you guys again later on. But I think it's. I mean, like I said, if you engage in any
Sexual activity.
sexual activities, just protect yourself because not only HIV, it's only other STDs like syphilis. It's very, very, very dangerous.
The bump.
Very dangerous STD that you can get blind. I mean, it's really bad. I
Go
mean, you
deaf.
have chlamydia, you have other STDs
Gonorrhea.
that I mean, regardless of anything. I mean, just say that your partner is or the person that you're going to engage this
Sexual act.
sexual act, just say that he is indetectable. He's HIV, but he's indetectable. But what if he have gonorrhea? What if he have syphilis? Do you know what I mean? But you know
Right.
what I mean?
So Mario, what I'm hearing you say is it's even though this conversation is about protecting yourself from HIV, you're also saying it's absolutely 100% necessary to protect yourself from any type of virus when you're being sexually active. That's
Any
what I
type
hear
of
you saying.
yes, definitely any type of STDs.
So it's 100% that anytime you're engaging in sex with or without the person you love, you should use a condom.
You should, and
Period.
and you have to know how to store your condoms. I mean, a lot of men, I mean, they
In
put
their
the condom in the wallet. You put your wallet in the backpack of
See?
so the rub or the friction of the condom, it destroy the condom, make it weak, and it's a lot probabilities that the condom going to break during act. When you are having fun.
Yeah.
Other things, I mean, you have to Like I said, you have to use the proper lubricant, the proper lubrication. So you have to put lubricant in the penis and then also in the condom. Double protection. Um, Other thing, I mean, like, is how to store in a. I mean, you cannot put it in your glove, the glove compartment in your car, and then you car in the sun, and the sun is hitting the condom, all that because the heat it will weak the it's latex. You know what I mean?
And it kills whatever the spermicide is in it, right? The heat will.
Well, it's not spermicide.
It's
only
not.
no.
See, I told you I don't know.
No,
But
it's
there
not.
are some with
Don't
spermicide.
come.
Someone, yeah, someone,
Okay.
someone, but some of them they are also pre-lubricated.
Okay.
So the other thing is like you have to know what to do when you put a condom because you cannot. An example, if I open this condom, if I go like okay, so I have the condom and I'm like okay, so we're going to play. So I got to grab the
You can use my
condom.
finger.
So I got to grab the condom and then I got to go like this. I got to go like, oop, it's the wrong way. Ah no, that's wrong. No, you cannot do that. You cannot just put the condom in the penis and then
Flip it over.
flip it over because the condom is already exposed,
Contaminated.
contaminated. So you have to know exactly. So
Which way to put it on?
okay, so now I'm going to go to the magnum. So
That's for the big boys. Huh?
oop,
So
See,
why
that
you
is
do-
just
so
not
why you-
sanitary.
so that was like that cannot
So
work.
while
either.
you're doing that, let
So-
me just ask. While you're doing that,
Okay.
that just demonstrates. Let me ask you another question. Is there any statistics that talks about age groups that are more susceptible or it's more prevalent for
For-
HIV and STD and so forth? And what is that age group if there is those statistics?
Well, you know what? One of the. You want to say something?
No, I was just saying, where it's like, I think it's more like of a demographic. Like, it's more like African American women are like impacted by it. Latino women are impacted by it because they have a lot of men that like in the African American community that are on the DL and they're not comfortable coming out or saying that they're gay or they're doing this. So they're doing this activity behind their wife's back or their girlfriend's back, not saying anything. Just like to kind of bring up the movie for Colored Girls. Janet Jackson's character, her husband was having sex with a man in a car. She had no clue. She was an attorney, got her whole life together, and got HIV from her husband because he was on the DL and wasn't comfortable saying what he was. So it's like it's more susceptible for women and it's higher risk because in our community we already know about it. You know what I mean? But if you're a straight woman and you're in a marriage and you think that your man is straight, you don't even think that he would deviate and go with the man, then it's susceptible. You're susceptible to
So
it.
African American women have the highest rate
Yeah.
of
Well,
exposure
Yes,
today.
yes. I mean, we have the African American woman of color. We also have gay men, gay male, you know, that is in high risk. But in our next section, I will going to bring you all the statistics. But I know that woman is in a high risk. I can tell you with precise in our next section because that's when we're going to talk about statistics. But right now, I only want to talk to you guys a little bit about how to use a condom and how to protect yourself.
We've got
So-
to get this in.
I gotta
Exactly.
pay attention to this.
Exactly. So I mean, when you take your condom, if you are the one that you're going to put it on, you have to know that you're going to grab the condom, you're going to insert, you're going to grab the tip for the air, you're going to go right here. So you insert the condom and you slowly just make the condom come down
Oh, it rolls
in the
down.
peanut, roll
So
down.
It gives you the direction. to
Roll,
put it.
roll down, but always have the tip pinch, and that way, air, you let room for the
Ejaculation.
ejaculation. You know.
Because
Very
sometimes if you
important.
ejaculate or you're too, like there's no air or no reserve tip, you're going to
The-
bust the condom.
Oh.
So like we can show you that too. See,
Oh.
like you're doing friction, you're getting into it, you're doing all that stuff, and then pop. You're bareback now.
You're back.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah, and also, you know
Got
what?
that.
And also, you know what? A lot of people don't believe in the condom sizes, but it is very important that you know the condom you're going to use for two different reasons. I always said that if you have condoms and you want to engage in a sex activity, I say it no matter the size. I don't care. I have some condom, even if it's not the size, you're going to use it. But it's very important that I mean, that you use the condom by the size of the peanuts, you know, because I mean, first to be comfortable, and then you can take less risk for the condom to break, because if a condom is too tight, also, and the friction of the intercourse, it may make the condom break, you know. So that's why it's also very important to have.
So how would you engage? So say I met someone and we have been dating or whatever. Approach for engaging them in this conversation about the use of a condom. And you don't want to just come out and say, "Do you want to wear a condom?"
Yes, you do.
Yes, you
Oh,
do.
okay.
Oh, sweetie,
No
well,
glove, no love.
exactly. And you want it that bad? You have to use
Wear.
it. You have to protect yourself.
I was showing the
And
difference
you know
in
what?
size.
And you know what? Yeah.
The size difference that you're talking about.
I want that size. Okay.
How you gonna fit this into this? And how you gonna fit this into this? Know your size.
Yeah, so it's very important. So also,
Interesting.
yeah, no, but it is. I mean, we have to face reality. We are in a world uh, that is a disease everywhere, you know, and you cannot trust anybody 100%. I'm sorry, but you can't. And I mean, like I say, the HIV virus is still here. I mean, if we is humans, if we listen and if we educate ourselves, we already be battled HIV. We already be finished with HIV 30 something years later. But because we don't listen, because we think that we are invincible, because the lack of education in our communities, like the African American community and the Latino community, the lack of education because our culture and not allow us to talk to our kids about condoms, and also religion, you know, the religion is well forbidding you to talk about sex. So that's some things that there are also
A lot of
in
stigma.
that exactly that it give room to the HIV virus to infiltrate in our communities. Also, I mean, when you're drinking and you party and you are have a couple of drinks, also use reason. You know reason. So you just go and do, and then you come and get infected with HIV virus. Because people, I mean, you cannot say that somebody just because they looks they have HIV, because some people are look healthier than you, me, and him together, but they are infected with the HIV
Or
virus.
it's dormant inside them and they don't even know they have it.
Yeah, so very very important. So
This is very good information, and in alliance with what I have done in my profession, because I work in prostate cancer. Not to digress too much, but we do our culture. African American men will not talk to their significant others about getting their PSAs and getting their information about prostate cancer. So that's another killer in another arena. But
yes,
But did
what
you
you're
know
saying
that
is
HIV and
exactly
AIDS
right.
is a form of cancer?
it's a form of cancer. It's another form.
It's another form of cancer.
But you know what? The other thing that is also you take me back 10 years ago when I was doing when I was helping helping people in the community. I've been doing this for 16 years. So I remember like yesterday, one day when I was delivering um, furniture to a family over in Fairfield. So I was in the way there. So I was. I drive the truck, so I have a couch, a mattress, I have clothes, I have everything. So I was going, and then to a client that he was infected with HIV virus. So I saw him running from the upstairs. He was running towards me, and he told me, "Don't say nothing. Don't tell anything. Don't say that you are from the HIV Foundation, because my wife don't know nothing about it." And I see this beautiful woman right there, and you know what? Because the HIPAA law, I cannot say anything. My heart was broken because she don't know nothing about this man is infected with HIV virus, and he's still having
Unprotected sex.
unprotected sex. So he don't want me to go and talk to. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, you don't know. You think that because you married, your husband is going to be 100%
Loyal.
truthful to you, truthful to you or loyal. Loyalty sometimes I even exists, you know, but to be truthful, because true is what is matter because even if you marry, your husband going cheat. I mean, if at least he can come and tell you, look, I'm sorry, but I cheat. It's except to you, it's except to you what you have to do, but know that he's already been engaged in sex with another person, then you can protect yourself. You know what I mean?
Now, what do you say, Mario, to the couples that will say, "Oh, I had my man tested and I got tested too, so we don't need condoms."
Well, you know what? If you guys are in a 100% monogamous relationship, because it is a lot of them. There are hundreds of them all over, And if they are really in a really monogamous relationship, yeah. If you test
Regularly.
regular, no, you test. Let's an example. I meet you. So when I test, I go like, you know what? I don't want to have sex with you. We're going to have a test. So we're going to go and test for HIV. If our results come negative, we have to. If we have sex, it has to be protect sex. We have to use condoms, and we have to do it for 6 months. And in 6 months, you have to retest
The window.
again. So if you come clean again, then
It's okay.
then it's okay
Monogamous
to
only.
monogamous relationship. Then it's okay. But I always say it's except you because like an
You don't
example.
know, like you said,
Yeah,
still.
but I have to say it is because like in my relationship, I've been in my relationship for 16 years. So I know that I know who I have, I know who he is. So I know how to use
Cheat or do anything.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So
Good to know.
okay, so I want to thank you, Shay. Thank you very much for coming to our table talk today and our next talk because I want to have you as a guest again, and then we're going to talk about
Did I use the
statistics.
condom?
Did you use a condom?
Yeah, yes, but we're also going to talk about statistics.
Okay.
It's very important, statistics, and know that it's very important. Like you are single right now, separate.
Yeah.
So if you engage in any relationship or in any sexual activity, you know that
Give me that. Give me that
this
tray,
is to be
please.
your friend.
I'll just take the whole
Put
tray.
it down
All
your
right,
shirt,
girl.
Once I
girl.
get
Put it
busy-
down your
Once
shirt.
I get busy,
Get it, yes.
Thank you,
Thank
Mario.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Live,
Thank
love,
you.
sexy.
Wear a condom.
All day.
Thank you. See, I made you guys be my